Hey, how you doing? Eric Garcia, Certified Financial Planner and Financial Advisor, current president of the Society of Financial Service Professionals. And I wanted to share this video clip with you from one of our speakers at one of our last meetings. First, we met at the House of Blues Parish Room. It's a pretty cool space to meet in. Second, Dr. Matt Morris was our presenter, and he talked about financial advising through the lens of family therapy. Check out this clip. Anybody involved in any advice field should watch this. Before we get into that, let me take a moment to tell you a little bit about the Society for those of you who are new. But the Society of Financial Service Professionals, really it's a multidisciplinary community that's committed to building relationships and expertise in the financial sphere. So you'll see attorneys, CPAs, financial advisors, insurance professionals. That's really what we're about. We're about education. It's a place where we come to better ourselves as professionals.
There's a whole family therapy theory around balancing the ledger sheet. It's almost like families or couples in the U.S. at least are programmed in some way to look at their relationship through the lens of accounting. That can be useful, be problematic, but it's a way, listen, it's a way that you can speak their language with them. It's a way, it's an entry point into opening up the discussion. So that brings us to then the couple sitting in front of us. How do we promote this conversation? And it really, as Xavier and I were talking about there, it really does go back to listening. I mean, in my field of family therapy, the tools that I have are my words and listening. That's all I got. At the end of the day, I listen to people and I talk to people. And so how can I do that in a way that is most effective and therapeutic for them, most transformative for them? Listening, begins with listening. So do you listen well? Are you a person that listens well? Do people categorize you as a good listener? Does your spouse or partner compliment you on your listening ability? Listening is really different than advising, I think. Listening is different than advising. Listening is something that I think should preclude advising. Well, that might not be the right word. Precede advising. It should precede advising. I don't want to meddle in people's lives until I really know what's going on. So therefore, I've really got to listen. Listening involves asking them questions that open up the story. I can ask a question that shuts down the story, like when I ask my teenager every night, do you have homework? Shuts down the story. What did you enjoy about school today? Opens up the story. Okay. What did you like school today? Shuts down the story. What did you like about school today? What was hard about school today? Opens up the story. Asking my wife, are you comfortable with our finances? Shuts down the story. Asking, what worries you about our finances? Opens up the story. You see, it's subtle language differences. That's all it is. And if we can get them talking, we can really trust that the process of talking is, in my words, therapeutic. Maybe in more generally, if we can get them talking, it's helpful to them. Having to explain yourself, having to go over it in your mind and verbalize it is in itself helpful. Having to do that multiple times, meaning scheduling another appointment and coming to your office to intentionally sit down and talk with you about this again, in and of itself is helpful. Whether you do anything or not, the process of going over it is helpful. It brings it to it connects with our emotions, it brings it to our mind, it affects our behavior. Whether you do anything or not. The process of explaining yourself is helpful in and of itself. And if you can get them talking, you're not only hearing them, which is helpful, but they're hearing themselves. And in hearing themselves, there's always a chance for them to connect. Is that what I really think? Is that what I really believe? Is that what I really want to do? So there's a chance for them to hear themselves and self-correct, which is helpful in and of itself. When I meet with my financial advisor, I always leave out of there thinking about my finances in a new way. Just maybe a slightly different angle, like I holding up a jewel and I twisted it just a little bit and see it just a little bit different facet. Always helpful. The process of talking and hearing and explaining is helpful.
Special thanks to Dr. Matt Morris for speaking to the Society of Financial Service Professionals. If you're interested in contacting Dr. Matt, check out below in the description of the video and you can get his contact information. Take care. Thanks for watching.